Alright, it's ready. It's time for what you've been waiting for. What you've all been waiting for. Even though all today's news is really great. Ray Green on RAMBOMANIA. Matt Marsden on RAMBOMANIA. Wow, Marsden, sorry. But tonight, well, now, we're going now to a little time travel back to March 2nd for the press release, the original press release from therealbookspy.com on the all-new Rambo sequel crossover coming out with Gail Lynn's, the brilliant mastermind behind The Coil and Masquerade, which are two books I'm in the process of picking up so I can be up to date with, on all the books surrounding what's going to happen with this crossover. Also, I got a little news from the man himself, David Morrell. So stay tuned for that tidbit. David was so kind to write back to me and give me a little bit more inside information on what's going on. But if you've gone back to earlier in the week's videos, I will say episodes number 803, 804, 805, and 806. You will see what's going on here. We covered the Rocky 40th Restoration, the all-new print coming to cinemas in November, that we got to see the sneak peek in Canada, and we covered this new Rambo. All the details we had are in those episodes, and we're going to give you a couple more details tonight. Just one little thing I wanted to throw out there is on episode 805, it says it's 804. I made a little mistake, but I've always gone back and corrected my mistakes, but this time I'm just leaving it up there. I'm just so happy with that piece that I don't care that I messed up the title. If you watch all those 4 videos in a row, 803, 804, 805, and 806, Season 4, 803, 804, 805, and 806, then you'll be caught up to date, and we all make mistakes. Anyway, on to business. The Real Book Spy on March 2nd on their Facebook page. Let me just like this page right now. Alright. They put out the story. Best-selling authors Gail Lynn's and David Morrell are teaming up for a new short story called Rambo on Their Minds. Me personally, I do not know how I missed this, but I've been running around, as you all know, so that's in the time frame I was taking time off to go work on Zero Cool's channel and to kind of figure out exactly what I was going to do next with RAMBOMANIA and how I was going to get up to date, and because there's only a short time of the 4th and final season of RAMBOMANIA left. Anyway, so it's looking more like we're going to do a 5th season. But anyway, let's get to it. Gail Lynn's and David Morrell are teaming up for a new short story, Rambo on Their Minds. The post continues. Here's some exciting news for fans of author Gail Lynn's. She's teaming up with fellow author David Morrell to write a short story called Rambo on Their Minds. Let's get into the actual piece. Here we go. March 2nd, 2016 on the RealBookSpy.com. Gail Lynn's and David Morrell are teaming up for the new short story Rambo on Their Minds. Here's the piece. Here's some exciting news for fans of author Gail Lynn's. She's teaming up with fellow author David Morrell to write a short story called Rambo on Their Minds. The short story will appear in the next International Thriller Writers Anthology, currently titled Match Off. Match Off, okay? Gail Lynn's is, of course, the author of numerous best-selling novels, including her most recent book, The Assassins. She's known for penning action-packed spy novels in a genre otherwise dominated by men, and is one of the true legends still writing today. And we're going to give her an invite to come on the show, just as a side note here, to talk about the Masquerade and The Coil, to kind of get our heads around, because I don't know if this is going to be a prequel, a sequel, an in-between, as far as Rambo is. So, it'd be kind of cool to see if maybe we can figure out when in time this all takes place. Anyway, the article continues. David Morrell has written almost 30 books, but is perhaps most famous for his debut novel First Blood, which was later made into a successful movie franchise starring Sylvester Stallone as John Rambo. Inspector of the Dead, his most recently published novel, was released in 2015. This isn't the first time Linz and Morrell have teamed up. The two previously worked together in 2004 to found the International Thriller Writers, ITW, which now has more than 3,000 registered members. To learn more about the ITW, please visit their official website by clicking here. And you can search that for yourself on Google. ITW or International Thriller Writers. Here's the Facebook post from Linz announcing the news. And just before we get to that, at the bottom here it says to check out other ITW publications, including several anthologies featuring dozens of famous authors. Click here. I'll be all over this and am writing for more information about Match Off to be announced. So check back often for updates. And you can find that at https://therealbooksby.com/2016/03, Now let's go to this Facebook post. The Facebook post I read you the intro to twice coming into this episode, but Gail Lynn's comments on it that, quote, "We're having a great time, Ryan. David Morrell writes one section, then I write the next. Then David picks up the story. We just spent an hour on the phone today plotting the second half, and I'm up next and am counting on a homer before I throw the ball at David." And then the Real Books By comments, "Sounds incredible. I can't wait to read it. Thanks for the details." There you go. You didn't hear this first. You heard this first on the Real Books By Facebook page and the realbooksby.com. Please check them out. Great page. And yeah, let's move into some more behind the scenes here, as I sent a message to David when I got this news via Brian Stews of Stallone the Action Icon Facebook page and Stallone Rambo Facebook page. He's the one that brought it to me, to my attention within the first few hours of David Morrell's press release. And once again, I can't believe I missed it, so I really, really thank Brian. Just working with Brian on different little projects, like his page and my page. He's just such a great guy. Everybody should just go over and check out Brian Stews on Facebook, and check out Stallone Rambo and Stallone the Action Icon Facebook pages. So I wrote to David, and I said, "Hey David, what is this Rambo on their mind? Sounds fascinating." So David wrote into the show to say, "It's a short story in an anthology that International Thriller Writers is putting together for next year. Actually, a long short story, 13,000 words. So it's an epic. It's an epic. So I guess that kind of rounds out to about 29 and a half, maybe 30, 31 pages. So it's an epic short. And then I was just so flabbergasted. I wrote, "Holy crow, we have to talk about this when you come on the show to discuss the Rambo 2, Rambo of the Apes, when it drops, the reissue. I am so happy to hear this. Thank you so much for doing this new epic short." I'm practically crying, which was true. I had tears in my eyes. "This is a dream come true. Thank you again, more than you will ever know or I could ever express." So there you have it. Now you're up to date with this and with everything in episodes 803, 804, 805, and 806. Now you are up to date on the all-new Rambo sequel crossover in paperback kind of form. epic short story paperback form. So, coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, the remainder of your requests. And I just want to say, I've been behind doing this section. I've literally been playing cat and mouse, trying to catch up from last year. It's literally a year now, from right before last May till now. And there was just so much that I got. And I had so much other Sly news that was being covered. I ended up having to throw out all the Sly news that was being covered because you guys got Google. You guys already know what Sly's up to. In the future, we will discuss that part, mind you, when we get all caught up, and maybe when we look back at the year in review, or the 4th season as a whole, at the end of season 4, coming very soon this fall. Then we can go into that. Maybe we'll have some guest hosts on, like John Zero Cool 1389 and Wildman Beyond, to discuss those things, which is something I would love to present to them. And Alex Esparza also. We got a great piece with him coming out called Arcadia, where we discuss our favorite arcade games, which I have to edit because I tried to upload it, but YouTube was being a bitch and took it down, even though there was nothing in there to take down. So I got to go through the whole thing all over again. It's a couple of hours long, and I got to reformat everything. Anyway, so I have to stitch up everything like Rambo's arm, and that abdomen wound from Rambo 3. So it's just, getting caught up. So I'm going to take the last of people's actual requests that they sent in, their own personal pieces that they wanted to know about. I was going to do each one individually, but we really don't have time, so we're going to kind of squish them all together into one night of episodic genius, because there's some really great stuff in there. Really, really, really great stuff. And I'm really thankful for everybody for sending everything in, and I'm really thankful for everybody's patience, and thank you. Thank you. It's not easy doing this, and my hat goes off to anyone else who does this, who has to, put these things together. It's just insane, the amount of work that goes into it, especially when we all have day-to-day lives. So, I just want to thank you once again for your patience, and we'll be jumping into that next on RAMBOMANIA. And then, following that, we're going to close it off with all the extended Zero Cool coverage. All the behind the scenes to some really great pieces that Zero Cool and I have teamed up on. If you go over to his page, Zero Cool 1389 on YouTube, you'll see a lot of those great pieces on there. But we got the full versions. What I like to say, the extended cuts. Featuring hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of extra behind the scenes that aren't on Zero Cool's page, and some new stuff in there too. Just brilliant, brilliant stuff. So I'm going to get this all out of the way now with all your requests, so I can focus on that, because literally as the count is now, it's over 100 videos. I would say close to 150 to 200 videos that I'm going to try to have out. And Batman vs. Superman, the Batman vs. Superman that I've been saying that we were going to do, most of it's on Zero Cool. You can go check it out now while you're waiting for the extended cut. But that's a great 14-hour fucking review. And that will be the Volume 3 Season 4 finale. And Season 4 will begin on June 6th. And man, do we got some Season 4 Volume 3. Wow, 30-year jump. And between Rambo 3 to Rambo 4 and into Rambo 4. So thank you for watching. Thank you for your patience once again. And, you're the best. RAMBOMANIA would be nothing without you. Thanks for watching.